Hi everybody, how's it going? Happy Saturday. So I'm recording this message on Saturday the 30th of April 2022. This is just a general reading that I'm going to post today. I've already put a collective post on my page, so check that out. Very interesting because I set the intention with that one of being a general reading to see what comes through, and it seemed to relate to divine counterparts because we clearly had King of Cups, Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups in the middle within the hidden energy. So check that out if you feel drawn to it, and if it resonates with you. Of course, I hope that you find those messages helpful to help uplift, inspire and empower you on your journey. So check that out if you can. So now I'm going to use a different deck because for that one I used the Universal Weight deck as well as the supporting Moonology cards because of course new moon in Taurus with solar eclipse today. I'm sure you're feeling the energy. So I'm using the Gilded Tarot Royale for this video because just as a reminder really for us to embrace our sovereignty because it is the Gilded Tarot Royale. So remember your sovereignty, own your sovereignty, and make sure that you are taking that inspired action in accordance with what your divinity, what your divine soul, your true essence is telling you. And also there's a message here of feeling into the situation because one of the cards that was shown to me as I was resetting the decks was about thinking less and feeling more. So actually going within and feeling, because often our mind can allow us to overthink. So just using that energy wisely and feeling into it. We do need our mind, of course, when we need to take action because we need to strategize and we need to have a plan in place, but ultimately feeling into the situation. And as I'm saying that, something is going on, which is why I was a bit distracted. I thought there might have been a bird at the window because often that happens, but I take that as a sign from spirit that that is a message for you. So apologies for that distraction, but there was certainly something going on there. Okay, so we'll jump right in. So using the Gilded Tarot Royale, this is of course for the collective, so it's not going to resonate for everybody. There are a lot of you in the collective, so it's not necessarily going to be the story for you. It's not going to resonate for everybody, but for those it does. Take those messages and do with them as you will, because again, reminder of your sovereignty. You are a sovereign being with free will, and it's your responsibility to take the action that's best aligned for you. Okay, let's see what we have for the collective then. Any extra messages? But I would recommend, if you're interested in divine counterpart readings, to check that one out to see if it does resonate for you. Okay, the energy feels a bit stiff. That one's gone on the floor. Something needs to end here. 10 of Swords in reverse. It could indicate that you're coming out of a painful ending, like you've put an end to something. That's the action that you've been taking. You've put an end to something and you're coming out of that now. 10 of Swords, yeah. Kind of that feeling of just being stabbed in the back as well, but coming out of that. And it feels to me like there's a cycle that's maybe been quite painful to embrace as a close of a cycle, but the need to do that, and if you've already done it, a sense of coming out of that. So we'll see what the other cards say. So 10 of Swords in reverse. What else do we have for the collective, please? There does feel to be some tension in the cards, so you could be feeling the tense energy, and certainly building up to Pluto retrograde. It went retrograde yesterday, and the energy has been quite intense building up to the eclipse. So bear with it, go with the flow as best as you can, but that could indicate why the energy is a bit tense. Chariot, major arcana energy. This is movement towards victory. It's Cancerian energy. What I also feel from this is there's balance. And yeah, just that power. If you look at the character on the card there, she is very forthright and very determined. So it kind of makes me feel like, yeah, coming out or needing to come out of a cycle, putting an end to a cycle, and then moving towards victory, because we're closing out cycles and we want to enter into a new one. And that is, of course, card number 7 as well, divinely guided. Okay, what else do we have? That one flipped over. 8 of Wands. Yeah, in order to actually make progress. And this could indicate travel, communication coming in, of course, as well, but it's wand energy. So it is that fiery energy of taking action and fast action as well. And it's in the upright, it's not in the reverse. So it's not indicating stagnancy or delays. This is saying that you can move towards victory in a fast way by coming out of a painful cycle and putting an end to something that's not serving you. So using the new moon energy of setting your intentions about moving into the new, closing out the old, expressing gratitude, forgiveness where necessary, but gratitude for the lessons and the experience, but then setting the intentions into moving forward into something new, because there is movement towards victory here. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So again, more wand energy here. And of course, we're into Taurus season, which is the earthly energy coming out of that fiery energy of Aries, but still needing to take action where appropriate, and setting those intentions again with the new moon to take action that's best aligned for ourselves and in accordance with our worth. Of course, the Taurus energy with the solar eclipse as well. Things that might be illuminated to you that you need to, but also shining a light on that. So the eclipse may do that for you, and that might then enable you, because of course that's in reverse, to then choose the path that is best suited to you, the path that will allow the chariot to travel towards victory. So using the supporting Moonology cards, I've got the original Moonology deck. So let's just see what we have from that deck for you. Okay, what do we have? That one wants to come out straight away. Honestly, this is, it gives me spirit chills, because spirit is confirming here. Again, more fire energy, a fiery climax approaches. This is actually a full moon in Aries, so it's not new moon energy as such, but it's saying that still using that Aries energy that we are kind of moving away from, it's still owning that within ourselves in terms of taking action. When you think of the Wands energy of Tarot and taking action, and certainly in terms of Queen of Wands, King of Wands energy, actually taking action because you've learned what you've needed to learn, you've closed out those cycles, remember 10 of Swords in reverse, and movement towards victory, because you're now saying, I've done with that, I am actually going to move towards victory in terms of what I want. So this is all about a fiery climax approaches, and it could be that things have come to that point where you've had to close things out in order to move forward, or it's indicating that you need to do that, however that resonates for you. Okay, and then we've got Moonology manifestations. So I'll just do a further shuffle of this deck. Okay, what else do we have to support this reading, please, spirits? This is a key message whenever. Whenever the time, whatever the day, whatever the moment, trust the universe. This is all about surrender. It's Aquarius energy, which makes me think of that rebellious, freedom-seeking, fun-loving kind of, energy. But also, and Aquarius is air energy, of course, but trusting the universe, surrendering to the universe, wanting to have that freedom and owning that within, but trusting that the universe will allow that to happen if you are aligned with your divinity. Because what we see here, what I'm drawn to, is that alignment here. So it feels like it's very powerful. Once we can kind of align and it almost clicks in to place, we're aligned with ourselves. Okay, I've ended that cycle, 10 of Swords, reverse. Close something out that I've needed to, that's been causing me pain, or it's just not been serving me. I'm now taking my chariot and I'm moving towards victory, and using the 8 of Wands energy of fast movement, travel, in some cases communication, to communicate what I want to do, but ultimately to move, because it's Wands energy, it's fire energy, to move towards victory, because things have been illuminated to me about my worth, and I know that I need to take that action. So that fiery climax approaches, as we saw in the last card, and this is all about now. Okay, come to that realization, that's what's illuminated for me, and now I need to trust the universe in relation to the intentions I'm going to set on this new moon in Taurus with the solar eclipse. Take what's been illuminated for you for your highest good, release what you need to, and set the intentions to move forward in that chariot towards your own victory, in alignment with your divinity. But trust the universe. There's always an element of surrender, because especially when we're doing manifestations around the new moon, we could have an idea in our mind about what it needs to look like, how something is going to happen for us. And that's also an element where we need to trust the universe to deliver our manifestations in the way that is divinely intended as well. So that felt quite key to say. And again, you can't make this up on the bottom of the deck. Take inspired action. I was just saying about taking that inspired action that's in divine alignment for you. Wow. Okay, and the Queen of the Moon deck. So I love this deck. I resonate with it a lot. And this one was interesting in the collective reading that I referred to, because we had the void in reverse. So it was almost like, okay, we're coming out of that period of darkness where we've had to go within and we've had to drudge through all of this stuff. There's been shifts happening within us, powerful transformation, and we're kind of coming out of that darkness because things have been illuminated and now we can move forward. And there was also the masculine card as well. So in that reading, I've mentioned that it could actually relate to a masculine that you're dealing with. But let's not forget, we've got the masculine and feminine qualities within us. And the masculine is all about taking action. And what have I just been saying about the fire energy? It's aligning with that, but using the masculine energy within to have the courage to go after what you want. Balancing out with the feminine as well, of course, with feeling into things. And the Taurian energy of the Empress energy, of course. So balancing that out, but needing to take action. Okay, so we'll see what the Queen of the Moon deck has. Okay, the reason why I'm laughing, right, so some of you probably know why I'm laughing, because this card to me speaks of the Empress, which is just what I was saying. Just because we've got this here, it's almost like birthing anew. This is the Taurian energy I was just referring to. But of course, it echoes what I was just saying about surrender and trust to the universe. It's having faith. I mean, she's just lay there amongst nature, amongst that Empress energy vibes, and she is just trusting and having faith that the universe is going to deliver that which she wishes to birth anew. So again, it's birthing something new, new intentions for the new moon. So very timely, and having faith that those things will come to fruition if you believe and trust and have faith, because we can manifest, but if we don't truly believe, the universe can only deliver what we are kind of putting out there, if that makes sense. So I think there was a previous video that I did a while back, and that was all about speak it into being, or something like that. And it was a reminder that what we speak comes into being, and that's why it's important for us to be careful when it comes to communication. I know we've got Mercury retrograde coming up in a couple of weeks. I believe it starts on the 10th of May. So of course that can have an impact, but actually being mindful of our communication and our expression, and also our thoughts, because negativity attracts negativity, positivity attracts positivity. We want to, of course, attract the positive. So when we do our intentions, it's being positive and believing that that is going to come, that is going to be delivered in whatever time the universe wishes to deliver. But to be open to that, have faith, have trust, and remain within that Empress energy of grounded. Very appropriate for this time, as I was saying, with the Taurian energy, but ultimately trusting the universe. Ultimately trusting the universe. You know, and again on the bottom, attraction, and we have, that's card number 44, which is a powerful angel number in itself. So recognizing that, again, that's that sort of law of attraction, isn't it, with the manifestations. So again, as I was just saying, so I feel there's another card that needs to come out of this deck. So let's see. Yeah, and it's pushing its way up there, so that's the one. Yes, in order to bring about peace, because this is reversed. Beautiful card, beautiful card. So this is all about, you know, obviously it's come out in reverse. So there is a need to restore peace. And by doing that, that's why it's important to make sure we've closed out that which has been causing us pain or suffering or stress or anxiety. Closing out those cycles, because again, we've got this circle here, reminds me of a cycle. So closing that out to bring the peace and tranquility, but also embracing the purity and the divine feminine essence of that as well, I feel. But ultimately to bring about peace. And on the bottom, based on that shuffle, we have protection in reverse. So you need to remember that the universe has got you. You are divinely protected. And with this, I also get that sense of, I don't know where the card is now, but the, oh, there it is right there. Yeah, the Aquarian energy of that alignment, but the freedom that I was talking about with Aquarian energy. And this almost feels like freedom because we have the bird here, but there is that nurturing aspect also from the universe, almost saying, I've got you, okay? Do your intention settings, close out what you need to, and I'm going to transport you. Movement towards victory. I'm going to transport you using that wand energy that you're setting the intentions with. I'm going to transport you to the place that you want to be. So that which is in divine alignment for you. So I hope that makes sense. Powerful messages, but definitely check out the other reading if you're interested in divine counterpart messages, because set the intention with that one of being a general reading, but it was clear with the Cups energy. The Lovers card came out, and that can relate to a choice. So unless I see other soulmate related cards within readings, I can take that as that just means a choice, and it came out next to Judgment. So of course, yes, judgment call needs to be made, choice needs to be made, but definitely with the hidden energy of the King and Queen of Cups. That's a suit couple. So that is a counterpart couple, and the Two of Cups in between. So very powerful. Check that out. And yeah, happy bank holiday weekend. And of course we have Beltane. So for those of you celebrating Beltane, I wish you well. And of course, happy new moon blessings, and with your intention settings. And just go within, feel, set those intentions, and then allow yourself to believe. Have that prosperity consciousness, because that was another card that was shown to me, and that was actually new moon in Taurus energy. That was when I split the deck. So it had prosperity lies ahead, which is new moon in Taurus energy within the Moonology deck. So staying in that prosperity consciousness and not lack consciousness, because ultimately what we're doing is we're moving out of this kind of heaviness and we're moving towards victory. So just remember that Chariot card. Remember there's movement towards victory because it's in the upright. This one's in the reverse, so that needs to happen, but it's going to enable movement towards victory. But just have trust and faith in the universe that that will happen if you believe and you hold on to that prosperity consciousness and you stay grounded and you act on what's been illuminated to you for your highest good. So trust that finds you well. Take care until the next time. God bless.